Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Stephanie Rivers, and you're watching Girls Trip with LaVerne and Steffanie. Welcome aboard. Hi, how's everybody?
Hello.
So I'm Stephanie Rivers,
and I'm LaVerne.
And
I'm
our
Dr.
guest
John
today
Williams.
is Dr. John Williams, and he is the co-founder of Come On In. It's an organization that does a lot of things in his community in Colorado Springs, Colorado. So welcome, John. We appreciate you being here with us today.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on.
So LaVerne and John, you guys have known each other for some time now. And so we just want to highlight some community activists and talk to you about what it is that you are doing in your community to help people, whether it be first responders, the less fortunate, special groups that that are giving back. A lot of people, especially during COVID, they don't get the recognition that they should. So we appreciate all that you're doing. But before we get into what you're doing, tell us a little bit about you and who you are.
Well, my name is John Williams, and I'm the baby of 14, born in Blytheville, Arkansas, to the late Mac Williams and Ara Lee Williams. Wow, what is there to say? Had a what I thought was a pretty bad at times upbringing, but God will send you through stuff to become who you are. So I was glad He allowed me to weather the storm. And I took what should have been negative and turned it all into positive. And that's how we give back to our community. I always go off of our scripture, which is Isaiah 55:1, where it says, if you hungry, come. If you're thirsty, come. And that's we get the name Come On In at, where the door is always open. We don't just cater to blacks. We don't just cater to whites. We cater to everybody. The needy, the shut in. We try to live like the Bible say we should be doing.
Okay, that's awesome, John. Is it okay if I call you John instead of?
I'm John.
and we have a guest. So hey, Latrice Fowler, thanks for joining us today. So how long had LaVerne? How long had you and John known each other?
Without sharing my age, I've known John since he was a little boy. We both from Arkansas, and I went to school with his sister. We lost touch over the years until he became a young adult, and he was visiting home and he was working on a pageant.
Yes, I was.
And from that, we reconnected and started teaming up, trying to do community service awards in Arkansas. And when John found Come On In, I helped him with organization of Come On In. From there on, he's traveled the world in military with his wife. And sometimes we'll lose touch and start back connected. And so the past 18 years now, we have just kind of stuck with each other, like more close.
I'm hearing a lot of feedback from someone. I don't know who it is. Make sure that your audio is loud enough, but not too loud, because I'm hearing some.
Let me see if mine would matter.
All righty. So So then, since you, John and LaVerne, and you also are a doctor, Dr. LaVerne and Dr. John, since you all know each other, go ahead, and I'll let you ask them because you probably are more familiar with the program and what he's doing. Although I do remember going out to Colorado Springs for an event, and so. Dr. John, you and your wife were so hospitable, and it was
Thank you.
great program. I really enjoyed it. It was an awards program. So if we have time, we'll get into
Mhm.
that. Guys, go ahead and explain to us what it is that you're doing in Colorado Springs.
Okay, in Colorado Springs, what we've done just from last year up to this year, and our year, what we call our year, goes from October to October. So last year here in Colorado Springs itself, we go out and we feed the homeless. Even with COVID, we make sure we keep our distance, have our mask, because there's still a need out there. Even though we're shut in, there's still people living on the street that need our help. So we were able to feed, I think it was over 100 people, and we gave out over 2,000 pairs of socks. And that's where our sock program come from. Not only when we go out to feed the homeless, we sit and we talk to them like they are human beings. You would be amazed that there's doctors, there's lawyers, there's teachers, mothers, fathers. They just fell on a bad time and now they're homeless. So when we physically talk to these people, and we ask, hey, what do you guys need out here? That's how we found out that socks is a number one need that they want because it keeps their feet warm and all that good stuff. And we also, coming up in 2 weeks, we will be feeding the first, I almost said first offenders, the first responders, meaning the police, the firemen, and the paramedics. We've already talked with the chief of police, and they are already setting it up for Fountain, Colorado, and Colorado Springs, Colorado. And this is just a joy because with people like Dr. LaVerne and people like that in my corner, all I have to do is make a phone call, and they'll make the other phone calls, and we come together on all of these events that we do. Even though it's based here in Colorado, we still can reach out to each other when we have something going on. That's what we try to convey to everybody else. It's not just about come on in. If come on in can hook up with your show, Miss Steffanie, and we can help you, then it takes a little burden off you. And that's the kind of stuff we do.
Tell them about your senior pageant. John did one in Arkansas and one in Colorado. They were fabulous. And the women were just, I mean, even the centers, the people were just impressed. John, share about that.
I love talking about our pageant. We call it the elite pageant. And if you notice, everything we do is elite. So we have the elite senior pageants. We have the military pageants. But what we do with the seniors, we even do the senior prom, because the person that some of those people are with now may not have been their sweetheart in school. So now you got your true sweetheart, and you can come to the senior prom or whatever, and you can take your date to the prom. With the senior pageants, that may have been a bucket list thing that maybe you wanted to do it when you were younger, but now we give you that opportunity, because once you get older, most of the time, if you have children, well, I won't say most, but some of the time you have children, they don't want to deal with you when you get older, so they kind of stick you in a nursing home. Some people do. They just say, hey, send me to the nursing home. I don't want to be bothered. So we actually go into nursing homes and visit the nursing home and even have pageants there. So that's where our senior pageants come from.
Wow, that's an amazing way to acknowledge people, especially like you said in their senior golden years. So what gave you the idea to do that and to have the skills and the coordination of other entities to make it happen across the country or in other areas?
We were established in 1997. We got incorporated in 1998 in Columbus, Georgia. This is something that was just in my heart to do. I've always been a youth pastor or youth president for the church, and I wanted to take it outside because I felt there was a greater need. So while I was a youth minister, I would do the I would do the hospital visits, the nursing home visits, and long ago I saw somebody in there and they were talking about why don't we have beauty pageants and all that, and that's what gave me the idea. I tried it once and it was successful, and I just never stopped doing it. And when we go in to coordinate, I always bring Dr. LaVerne because she is my assistant for the program. So anything I'm involved with, she's involved with. But when we go in, it touches your heart because my mom was actually murdered in the nursing home 7 years ago, and I would always go to their nursing home and do these type of things in Arkansas.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that about your mom. I didn't know that.
Yes, but it's okay. It happens more than we know. It's just my thing. If anybody is out there listening, if your parent or somebody that you love is in the nursing home, don't think they're always crazy if they're saying, "Hey, I'm being abused." Because I think a lot of people say, "Oh, mama just talking. Oh, sister just talking." But my mom was. It was. It was bad. It was bad. And the
So,
thing is, they got away with it, so makes it even worse.
well, I was going to ask, was it something having to do with the staff?
I'll tell you this: in her body, you can see straight through her legs. From the holes in her body, you can see straight through her legs. You can see straight through her arms where the bed sores were. You can look straight through and see the bed sheet. You can stick your finger straight through. Her toes were falling off. Things like that. It was bad. When I say it was bad, it was bad.
So then that means people, if you have to put a loved one in a nursing home, you should. That's not like the end all and be all of your responsibility and
Exactly.
accountability. You have to keep up with them, visit them, and
Yes, you do.
take and let the staff know that they are loved, and
Yes,
that if they do harm to your loved one, there's going to be some accountability, because I think with
exactly.
a lot of things in life, we just assume just because someone is in a role that they're going to take that role as seriously as we would, but that's not the case. And so I'm sorry to hear that about your mom.
But I'm glad you asked me because I hope somebody is listening because they may have a loved one out there. My mom would use the bathroom on herself. She was 89. She would use the bathroom on herself, and sometime it took, I guess they waited 2 or 3 days to go check on her or whatever, hours. And feces will burn your body, third degree burns on your body. I didn't know that, but she had third degree burns, which turned into bed sores because of the
Mm.
wetness. And I'm telling you the bad part, and I don't want to make it sound good. I want people to find a friend or whatever in the nursing home that you can trust that will say, "Hey, your mom is." They may not be your mom or your loved one or a nurse or a caretaker, but you need to get someone that'll snitch on. Yeah, if you want to use that word, you need to get someone you can trust to say, "Hey, you might need to come and check on your mom or dad or whatever." Hmm.
That's a good point. A good point. So, if uh, speaking of having an ally or people you can trust, who, if somebody wants to, let's say I have an organization and I want to co-sponsor a senior pageant, what is it that I can do to do that? Are your pageants what is it, incorporated so that you're the only person who can do it? Do collaborate with people? Like, how does that work in other cities and with other um, nonprofit organizations that want to be involved?
When you want to use our pageant, our name, and all that, and Dr. LaVerne can back me up on this, I will get with Dr. LaVerne. We set a budget, what will it cost us to bring our stuff to you if it's our name, because our colors are royal blue and white or silver. We come and we set the whole thing up. We set the whole thing up. Beautiful. Because our name is on it, we know how our setup should look or whatever. And then you can run the show, but we want to make sure if it's under our name that we want to come in and make it look. And I guarantee you, when you see it, you'll be well pleased when you walk through the door.
Okay, so if somebody wants to
sponsor or partner, they contact John and John will contact me. Then we get with them and do a planning session on what they want, how they want. John brings the equipment and we go from there.
Yep.
But we do it as a partner. Yeah.
So now I'm trying to get us back to, I think this is going to work. Okay. Get us back to the three. So what is a phone number or how can they reach out to you, Dr. John Williams?
They can go to our website at comeonin.org. That's one word together, comeonin.org. Or they can contact me personally at 719-354-1480. And if I don't answer, please leave a name and address, name and a phone number, I'm sorry, and I will get back with you.
So that's comeonin.org or call him at 719-354-1480.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're going to put that in there. And so a lot of people want to know at this point if what type of COVID precautions do you have, because people, is it hard to get people to want to come out even if they're being honored because of COVID, especially going back to the event with the first responders that you have coming up? What protocol do you have to make people feel safe about being involved?
That's great, because we just did an event over in South Carolina. When we get the hotel, we go by the code of the city and the code of the hotel. They already know the space the seats out, whatever the 6 or 12. Matter of fact, we asked them to do it 8 feet apart just for the extra safety, because some say 12, some say 6. So we just go with 8 because it's kind of in the middle. And we always have hand sanitizer, mask available, and on the tables. And you get your temperature checked before you even come in. So all the protocol questions are asked, and the distance is a must. And we just gave out 75 awards in Greensville, South Carolina.
So let's say, because let's say I want to create a pageant. Is it or I want to be in the pageant? Is there monetary awards? Do I get a trophy? Do I, what can I expect?
Trophies.
I'm glad you said that. We are elite, and that's what we pride ourselves on. So our trophies are no less than 4 feet tall for the first place, and then we'll go 2.5 at the shortest. But we give the crystal plaques and all that. So we make sure that. And one thing about our pageant, different than others, when we have pageants, we have giveaways such as 40, 50-inch TVs. You randomly pull. You will leave with something when you come to our pageant. So whatever Dr. LaVerne sends, because she's going to send something, we'll get stuff from the other ambassadors from Come On In, and we will go purchase watches and pearls and all that, because we want you to be able to say, wow, the pageant was great, but look, I got a pearl necklace. Hey, I got a watch, so we always, that's one of our things we love to do, make sure that everybody. Yes, you always get on me about that, but I just feel that if you made the effort to come, I want you to really enjoy, and we make sure that the food is catered and you're going to have something to eat.
Okay. So.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So LaVerne, so we get food, we get gifts, and so talk to us about your part of it. Why did you feel like it was important to partner with John?
Well, if you know John, he has a passion for helping people. So it's like it's infectious. You want to be a part of what he's doing because he gives so much of himself. And not only, it's something he said early on, it's not about just him and what he do. Whatever you are doing, he wants to be a part of that. So it become a teamwork. So it don't feel like it's just his program, it's our program. And so Extraordinary People Awards and LA Expose Productions supports whatever he does, and vice versa. Whatever we're doing, he supports it. The particular year you came, Steffanie, John was being honored for Man of the Year, and he walks in it. And yearly, he does more than 100% of himself in what he does. So we are so privileged to work with him. So I know that COVID, it has slowed a lot down, but John continues to get out and make sure people have food and make sure people are having the kids at Christmas, teddy bears and foot socks and backpacks. I mean, it's like, it doesn't matter. Whatever going on, he adapts and he still meet the needs of his community. I'm so proud of him. So proud of him.
Can I say something?
Sure.
We also honor, I hear the echo now. We also honor our own. And this year, she's just not telling you, but myself and Dr. LaVerne received the Lifetime Achievement Award for the Lifetime Achievement Award from the White House for lifetime volunteerism. So that was a huge, I don't care what president signed it. We did the work for over 14,000 volunteer hours in the time that we've been volunteering.
Wow, that's awesome. And LaVerne, you didn't tell me that, or if you did, you should tell me, because we don't celebrate each other enough. And
there you go.
I'm glad you shared that with me, John, because LaVerne and I try to talk at least once or twice a week, and I didn't know that. So that's special to be, and that's one of my goals for 2021 is to be more involved in the community and to just give back, because there's so many people in need, and if I have more than enough, I should give back, because that's only right, because you want to help the next person, and then they hopefully will feel that and understand it's their responsibility to help the next person behind them. I appreciate you taking time out today, John, to be with us. Is there anything else that you want to share with us about your program that you do to help before we let you go? Because I know
yes, there is. Earlier, and I always usually say this, and it is Black History Month, and I'm a black man I'm a
Amen.
black man married to a black woman for the past 32 years. One husband, one wife, two children, beside the one my baby that we adopted. But not only that, we still girlfriend and boyfriend. LaVerne tell you that after 30 plus years, so
That's
you
so
can make
cool.
it. But one thing that I didn't say is a program. I explained to you that earlier that my wife and I'll be graduating with our doctorate here in the next 2 weeks. But what I told the lady is that when we graduated, I wanted to reach back again and do something for the people that kind of like our age bracket. And sometimes some maybe had to drop out of school or whatever. So what she did, we started a high school program, you can get your high school diploma, your associate, bachelor's, doctors. She's allowing us to do that with her this year because we got some irons in the fire that we're trying to expand out to help people that don't have a high school diploma. I don't care if you're 90 years old, if that was your goal, we want to help you reach that goal. And right now we have 13 people enrolled. Three of those people are over 70 years old, and they'll be getting their high school diploma in April. So that's a blessing.
That's
That's a blessing.
awesome. That's
Yes.
awesome. And I want to add, John, you don't look a day over 30.
Yes.
55 in a few months. Thank you, Jesus.
Amen. Amen. Looking good. Holding it up for the
I'm trying. LaVerne keeping me busy. LaVerne keeping me busy. I'm running from that age.
Oh, all right. So LaVerne, I'm gonna let you close us out.
Well, John, thank you so much for sharing. You are such an inspiration. And I'm going to apply for CNN Heroes again for you. I did last year. I'm going to do it again because you are such a hero in all our communities, because you don't just work there in Colorado. You work in other parts of the U.S. And I'm so proud of you. And I thank God. I wish your parents could just see you now.
Yes, yes. I forgot something, Steffanie. Can I have one alibi?
Sure. Because LaVerne and I are here most of the time for till around for about 30 to 45 minutes. But we and then what we do is for those who want to who are unable to join us live, we repost this on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn, and we put the link on different pages and platforms. So we're here normally longer, but we don't want to hold our guests any longer than necessary. So we appreciate you taking time. But sure, go ahead.
I forgot to mention that I am in the middle. Well, we just finished. I'm about to finish a documentary that they're doing a documentary on my life, KKE Film Production. It's called Dr. John Williams and Elite Life. We are just finishing up. We got 2 more segments that we have to finish, and it should be coming out later this year, probably March, April time frame. And I just wanted everybody to be on the lookout for that. And I also was blessed to get a lead role in the new movie that's about to come out. It hasn't started filming. We start filming in May. The film is called Billy Jack, the remake of Billy Jack, and I'm going to be one of the generals. It's a kind of martial arts type of movie, and I just thank God for all the opportunities that He's given me. So yes.
Okay, well, can I get an autograph before everybody gets in line? I'm gonna get my autograph first.
You got to go through my agent, which is Dr. LaVerne. No, but it's just a blessing. And I know I have to get off, but I know that, I got a few black belts in martial arts and all, and I didn't feel I was that good or whatever. but I hold my own, and I guess I'm just the person that people like to get involved with or something.
You
And
have
I
that
was
magnetic
chosen.
personality.
I was chosen out of. I'm talking. I'm on Chuck Norris team and Bruce Lee daughter and another character that was in the Enter the Dragon movie that fought against Bruce Lee. Those are the people that I'm on their team with, and I'm looking at, wow, I'm little John, but never think of yourself as little because God will move people out of the way and put you in there. So
Amen,
I'm
brother.
just saying.
Well said.
Amen. So again, Dr. John Williams, in the Colorado Springs. We're looking for your documentary, Dr. John
Mhm.
Williams, An Elite Life,
That's
and
it.
that's going to be published and available sometime in 2021.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Netflix and all those places, that's where they're putting it at. So
Well, and you know what? When it's ready, we're gonna have you back so
let's
you
do it.
can talk to us more about it, and maybe we can debut it on the girl trip with LaVerne and
Let's
Steffanie.
do it. Let's do it. And Dr. LaVerne will be in there. She will be in the movie as well. She will
Okay,
be in the
LaVerne, you need to tell me
documentary.
all this. Why
She,
am I
she
finding out
didn't know it.
about John
She didn't
third?
know it. I just told her.
LaVerne, you're supposed to tell me this so we can plan some stuff.
You gonna accidentally be with her when she have to get interviewed?
Yeah,
You gonna just happen to be there when she's getting interviewed?
I know, right? So, at any rate, thanks again for being here. And is your
Thank you
wife
so
nearby
much.
so we can say hello to her?
She's at work. She loves to work, so I just let her.
Well, we appreciate her being the partner to you and y'all making it happen. And
Yeah,
God bless your union and the many deeds that you are doing through your nonprofit. And
thank you
so
so much.
we appreciate both of you, and we appreciate our viewers. And again, some people, it is the middle of the day, and like your
Mhm,
wife is at
mhm,
work, they're at work
mhm.
too. But that's why we post this. So we'll send you the link so you can have this for your promotional reel.
I will
Um,
promote it just like you're
We sure
promoting. I will
do.
promote it. You might see it on
Amen.
my page 8 or 9 times, but I'll keep promoting it.
All righty, and so we also want to mention that we are going to have a contributing reporter or just a contributor to our show. We're going to try to expand, so we'll be doing more in the future. Miss Latrice Fowler will be joining us and bringing to us some new pre-recorded information that I know our viewers and listeners will benefit from as well. So, LaVerne, do you have anything else you want to add? Because that's it. He summed it up, put a bow on it, and everything.
Yes, he wrapped it up. That's a wrap.
Good seeing you. I haven't seen her personally since the pandemic started. So that's we can't travel to Africa and all those places like we normally do. Sorry, Stephanie, you just don't like to travel with us. But I'm just saying.
Well, you know what? I guess I do love to travel, and I do want to go to Africa with you guys the next time. So hopefully we can coordinate our schedules so we can do that, because I'd love to go with you, whether it be for an event or just for leisure.
Either or, we're gonna film every time we go over there, so it doesn't matter.
Definitely, definitely. All righty then. So to get our viewers, we thank you for being here, and
Thank
we
you.
will see you next time. So I think LaVerne, next time. Now, John, if you need to go, are you heading out, or you want
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna
hold?
head out. Thank you guys so much for having me on. Everybody be blessed. Y'all have a
You
blessed one.
too. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Be
Bye.
blessed.
Bye.
So, LaVerne, what's our show next week? We are having, is it someone? Yeah, we're gonna have to come on and share with us, well, I don't think she's doctor. I'm just saying doctor now. Brenda, is it Johnson? She's a
Mhm.
chef, Dallas, Texas. She's gonna be on to talk with us, give us some tips on creating your own Valentine's Day treats. So, who's going to be on next week?
Yes, Brenda. Mhm.
Okay. And so if you are wondering, what can I do at home? Because a lot of people are not going out for dinner, or they're just trying to do some in home celebrations for Valentine's Day. So if you want to find out how to fix your own treats or some type of special surprise for that special loved one, then Brenda's going to bring us some tips for next week.
Very good.
All righty, ma'am. So I appreciate you, and we will see you next week.
All righty. Bye-bye.